Good morning, Samantha.
Good morning, Dr. George.
How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Um, it's kind of maybe just a long week last week. Um, I don't know, kind of some of it just feels a little bit like a blur, and I think it's because it was just a little maybe stressful, and I just had a lot going on, and um, but so I don't know, it started out really, really well. And after kind of, spending that whole week before with Kai and everything, he told me, he was like, make sure to reach back out to Rebecca because she's, been trying to get in touch with you and you'd been ignoring her again and stuff. And so I did that, and she invited me to, go to church with her and her family on Sunday. And then after that, we kind of just went to the lake and hung out, and I got to bring Zeus along. And so that was a lot of fun. And, it was just like, I don't know, I just got to kind of talk to her, and I haven't in a while because since she's married and she's a mom and everything, she doesn't have a lot of time anymore to hang out. So that was just really, really nice. And I kind of told her a little bit about like what was just going on right now and everything. Not really quite as much as I had told Kai. But I just sort of brought her up to date on everything, and she just kind of listened, and she was like, you need to take everything at your own pace, but not like put it off forever and stuff. And I don't know, it was a good conversation. And so after having hung out with Kyle week and then kind of spending, Sunday with her and stuff, I was like, I can go back to school and I'm ready to kind of take on a new week and do this and everything. And I don't know. And then like I got to school, and it's just like, it's kind of just like an instant change, like I was ready to be back there, and I was like, I can do this, and I can be in class with Lauren again and stuff. And then I got there, and I just kind of felt all this dread, and I just like I have been avoiding her for so long and kind of putting all this off for so long. And I don't know, it just, I need to talk to her, but I feel like I'm kind of losing my chance to talk to her. And I don't know, it's like I can find the courage when I'm just talking about it, and talking about the idea of going and talking to her. But once I like get there in front of her, it's just gone.
Yeah. Well, I want to say, first of all, I'm glad that you took the risks to go out on Sunday to go to church, right? Well, when was the last time you did something like that, where you went out with someone and you went to the church? When have you done that before?
So like before Rebecca got married and stuff, she used to invite me to go with her a lot and everything. And I don't know, she just after she got married, like, it's not that we really grew apart, but she just doesn't have a whole lot of time. And she just focuses on her family a little more, and doesn't invite me as much. And so like I tend to usually only go with her and stuff for like kind of special days, like at Easter time or Christmas time or something.
So what was it like talking to her and sharing with her what's been going on with you? What was that like?
She just like, she kind of has this very mom perspective on everything now, and kind of talks more like a mom to me and stuff. And so like when I was talking to her about it and stuff, like she was just really understanding about like being scared to go talk to Lauren and just being scared to reach out and stuff and everything. And so she like, she was just, I don't know, really like sympathetic towards that. And just, it was just kind of relieving to be able to go sit and just talk to her and like catch up on everything, especially since she and I don't hang out a lot anymore. Sometimes when I go to hang out with her, I'm like, well, like, what am I going to talk to her about? Because like we haven't talked in, a couple months sometimes. And so it was nice to be able to like go back and just talk to her about something kind of that serious and everything. And not have it feel weird to talk to her about it or for it to be awkward. And then she just like, she just kind of had that thing. She's like, go at your own pace, but don't put it off forever.
Right. Hey, so what do you
So
think about that? Go at your own pace, but don't put it off forever. So what did you think about, or what was your response when she said that?
I mean, I told her that if I went at my own pace, it would probably be put off forever um because I don't know, for me that just, it's easier to kind of put it off, even though it makes it more stressful than to kind of go and just like face it up front. But like at the same time, I just need to, I don't know, find a time and just force myself to go kind of do it to get it done. Because like, I was thinking about it and I'm like, I am just going, and kind of Rebecca mentioned it a little bit, but she's like, the longer you put it off, like it's just going to be this stress that you have in your life that you don't really need there, right? And as she said it, I'm like, it's true, right? But and she's like, you just need to like go do it. And so I was there and I was like, well, maybe maybe I could just like bring Kai along and just sort of have him standing there, because I'm like, I don't know, afraid to, say something that's, I don't know, hurtful to her or something, or just say something the wrong way and stuff. And he's so good about stuff like that. But then I was like, I can't have him constantly fixing all my problems for me,
That's
because
that's a good insight. You know, so you recognize that you have Kai's a good person in your life, but at the same time, he may not be there every time to help fix things. So that's good insight. So what do you think about that? Not having him there all the time to fix things for you. So when you think that, well, how does that make you feel?
I mean, when he is like helping me fix things and stuff, sometimes I feel like I'm taking advantage of him a little bit, because I don't know, like I feel like I should be able to fix a lot of that stuff and just talk to people more openly and not have to have him do it for me all the time. And like, but like even just when I have to go talk to people, if he's kind of there, even if he doesn't talk, I just like, I don't know, he makes it easier to talk to people.
So it's almost like a moral support. Is he like a safety net? Is that what he's like for you? Is that what you're needing? Are you needing some type of a safety net, someone that could have your back or kind of be there to support you? Is that what you're needing?
Maybe because like really the scariest thing is just not knowing how the conversation will go with Lauren. And like, I don't know, like, again, like I can't have Kai have the conversation for me with Lauren. But you know, when I'm like at parties with him and stuff,
Right.
and I'm talking to people and I start kind of just stumbling on what to say or whatever, he's just able to sort of step in and kind of continue the conversation until I can catch up and stuff. And so that's always been like, I don't know, just it's always been kind of a relief to have whenever I'm at like any sort of social stuff. Um and just talking to people, and so it's just this like, I don't know, if I could almost like have him there but invisibly, you know, like just being invisible and like almost being able to tell me what to say to her,
Okay.
and just kind of how to say things so that like I don't say something that hurts her or say something in just the wrong way so that like she misunderstands, you know?
Right. Interesting. You mentioned someone that's invisible. You know, you mentioned to me before your character, Sam. She's invisible. She's in your imagination, and she kind of gives you guidance. You know, she's almost like your conscience. Um, are you aware of Sam when you start your day? I mean, are you aware of that aspect of you that's very confident? Are you conscious of that?
Like it comes out sometimes, but like only in thought for sure. Like sometimes I'll be in a situation and like especially when I like probably should say no to someone or whatever, and you know there's kind of this side that I kind of write Sam in whenever I'm writing my stories about her and stuff. But, you know, she has sort of this just say no. Who cares what they say about it afterwards? Like, you don't want to do it and stuff. And then, you know, but then there's like this other side to me, and I'm like, but like, it doesn't really hurt me to do it. And it's just doing them a favor or something. And like, you know, I don't want to
Yeah.
like hurt them and stuff. And I don't know, I don't want them to like not really get mad or anything, just, you know, be upset that I turned them down about things. And so, like, I sort of can hear her voice and, like, sort of what she would say, but I don't tend to ever say it.
Yeah. But you are aware of that voice. And I know we talk about Sam, but you know that Sam is really your character. Sam represents, I mean, would you agree that Sam is really a part of your own character? She's part of your personality that, you know, I mean, that she may not be forthright, but it's almost like you being, I share this with other people. It's like, you're like a director, and on the stage, you have all these characters. And Sam is a character that you created, but you created that character. So as the director, you really have the power over that character. And I kind of see that's what Sam is like. She's a character that you created, but she came out of your own imagination. You know, so you see the connection. She's not like an entity out there that's strange. You created her, Samantha. She exists. She's part of your personality, which is a good thing. It tells me that you do have the capacity to say what, to defend yourself, to say what's on your mind. It's probably very, very scary, but I do know from what you're telling me, you really do have that capacity to speak your mind and to protect yourself. So don't forget that. Even though you may feel timid, you may not be quite sure, but Sam to me represents a part of you that has the capacity to speak your mind and protect yourself. So the question is, how can we bring more Sam into your daily life in a good way? And who's going to manage all that? The word is wisdom. So you mentioned about speaking to Lauren, is that correct? And that, and again, take my advice on that. You don't need to rush it. I know you feel a little bit impatient about that, but just you don't need to rush that. Um, we brought up the acting, you being a director of a stage play and Sans being on the stage. Sometimes, I don't know if you've done any acting in the past or if you had any chance to do any of that stuff. But in that field, people practice, right? They practice their lines, they practice their parts. I wonder if it would be helpful if you could practice speaking to Lauren. You know, almost like, I wonder, would you be comfortable maybe at some point practicing what you would want to say to her, and just to get a feel for it? I don't know how you feel about that. Would you be open to that?
Yeah.
Maybe we need to think about how we can best do that. I could be Lauren, or this is a confidentiality thing. Maybe we can bring somebody in that could play Lauren. I don't know, but I'd be willing to practice that with you so you can kind of see what it feels like.
Okay. Yeah, well, because like the other thing is like, I don't know, I feel like kind of like I said before, the longer I keep waiting this out, the more I think I'm gonna lose my chance to talk to her, because like she used to keep trying to pull me aside and talk and reach out and stuff, and then I kept avoiding her, and she's not doing that as much anymore. And so now it's just sort of this, I don't know, this weird, we'll be sitting in class, and I don't know, it's just like tension, and it's kind of distracting, and it's just kind of in the way, and I just need to fix it.
Okay. All right. So how soon, when do you think you'd be willing? I mean, how soon would you like to get this resolved with Lauren? If you give me a date.
Well, I keep like trying to talk myself into it every single week, but and especially like I'll get to the weekend, and then kind of come Monday morning, I'm like, today I'm gonna talk to her, like, it's gonna be today. And then it's just, I don't know, when I get to school and I see her, I just sort of freeze up, and I forget everything that I was gonna say, and I get really nervous, and then I put it off again.
And again, this is just hypothetical. He's not. We're not going to etch it in stone. But if it was possible, how soon would you want to have a conversation? Would you want to do it within a month or 2 months, or what? How soon would you want to do it?
I mean, like, if I could just like kind of find the courage to go talk to her, I'd want to really do it, like, even this week,
Okay.
and just kind of get that done.
And we're not going to put that in the calendar. We're just throwing out a number. All right. So would you mind if I play Lauren? Would that be okay? And take a few moments and just go through the scene of how you would approach me and what you want to say, and I'll just be Lauren. So whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hi, Lauren.
Hey, Samantha.
So I know that it's probably been kind of obvious that I've been avoiding you for the last couple of weeks when you've been trying to talk to me. And I don't know, I just was kind of scared to talk to you and didn't really know what to say. And like I really wanted to talk to you, but I just keep getting kind of some mixed feelings about every time I see you, and I just have questions for you that I'm afraid to get the answer for. And um, I don't know, I just, every time I keep seeing you, it just keeps bringing back a lot of memories from the home that we were in together, and it makes it harder to talk to you. And I don't really want you to think that I'm like ignoring you and avoiding you, because I don't want to talk to you, but I don't really know how to talk to you. And I don't know, I'm kind of afraid of maybe how you feel about seeing me again. And I know you seem excited to, I don't know, like excited to talk to me, but at the same time, I'm kind of worried that if we start talking, that might not be true. And there's just a lot I'm scared about.
Okay. I'm here. What are you scared about?
Well, I'm kind of scared that somewhere deep down you might like hate me and resent me for what happened to you because of me, and because every time you kept playing with me, you would get like punished for it. And I'm afraid that whenever you're hanging out with me, it'll just bring up all those bad memories for you. And I'm just like, I don't know, I don't want to bring up that bad part of your life again and make you feel upset about it, and I don't want all those memories to like be constantly coming back to you whenever you're hanging out with me too. And I don't know. I don't know.
I know it's really difficult. So Samantha, what are you needing from me? How can I make this? How can we move on from here? What do you need me to do?
Um, Samantha's taking a break right now.
Okay. So what was that like?
Um, you know, I don't I don't know. I don't think Samantha's ready to talk to Lauren right now.
Okay. So Samantha, how are you feeling? What's going on with you right now?
Um, Dr. George, Samantha's not here right now. She's taking a little break.
Ah, so where does she go and who am I speaking to?
You know me. Take a guess.
The only person I know of is Sam.
Bingo.
Oh my goodness, Sam. So Sam, have you been here all this time?
I've been with Samantha for like pretty much her whole life.
Yeah.
She doesn't know I'm here though.
Yeah. She spoke about you. Did you hear it? Her
I
speaking.
can. I keep up with what Samantha's doing.
Yeah.
And I try not to interfere in her life too much, but every now and then she just needs a break. She
Yeah.
needs a break to recharge.
So tell me, so Sam, how do you take care of Samantha? I mean, what do you do to help her?
Sometimes she struggles making decisions, and every now and then she just needs like a push to kind of make those decisions. And I try to coax her a little bit without like taking over from her, but um she doesn't take my advice.
Yeah.
Hardly ever. She just writes it down. She writes all my advice down in a book and then never takes it. And just sometimes I just have to like come out and give her a little bit of a break. She used to be such a strong person.
Yeah.
And she's just not anymore. And I think sometimes she just, like, if she doesn't get a reset, she will just have a complete breakdown, and who knows where she'd be. And then that affects me too. And where would we both be if she just doesn't have it under control?
Yeah. So you're the one that helps her keep it under control.
Yes.
Sam, it's nice to meet you.
Oh, it's nice to meet you, Dr. George. I've been sitting in listening to these sessions, and she just like, I can't just like force my way out. And so I've been waiting for a chance to kind of get in on one of these sessions and stop letting her take all the time.
Oh, so how does that work? So did she give you permission to come forward, or did you just simply, I mean, how does that work? I knew someone, she would have different personalities around a dinner table. That's how she pictured things. And they're all sitting around the dinner table, but there was somebody that was in charge, and that person would give everybody else permission to start speaking. How does it work between you and Samantha?
Well, sometimes when she's just she'll be having a really stressful day or a stressful week, and she just reaches this point where she's just about to break down. And that's kind of where I step in. And I try not to touch much of her life, because then she'd know that I'm here. And I don't know, I work a little bit more secret, and I do things that she doesn't notice as much, but that will help her.
Yeah.
And so there's times that she'll just be having a day, and she has homework that's due and has to get it done. And if I didn't like step up and sometimes do this stuff for her, she wouldn't have it in on time, and she wouldn't get it done, and she'd be struggling, and she'd be behind. And yeah, so I come out when she just needs a strong person.
Yeah. So you're the one that helps her get things done.
Yes.
Sam, it's good to meet you.
It's good to meet you too, Dr. George.
Well, okay, so I'm going to do this. It's amazing how we're made. So from this point on, I would like to visit with both of you. I want you to feel free whenever you feel you want to be part of this discussion. Just let me know. And I hope for a time when both Sam and Samantha could participate. It's kind of like they take turns. Right? But I'll leave it up to you. I leave it up to your wonderful self to make that decision.
So I do assume that this means you're gonna have to let Samantha know that I'm here now, though.
Well, actually, I'm going to leave it up to you.
Because here's the thing, kind of between us, I don't think she's ready for that yet.
Yeah. Okay.
She worries so much about what other people think of her
Yeah.
that I think she'd almost be kind of embarrassed to have me as a part of that, to have just a second person living kind of within her conscious and subconscious. And I don't know, she might find it kind of invasive.
Okay. Well, I'll let you make the call, but it's kind of interesting. Samantha did introduce me to you through the letters. So she kind of opened the door anyway. So I just want you to know that this is an open door. So we're at that point where we need to conclude our meeting. So would you and Samantha be willing to come back next week for us to continue on our discussion?
Sure, why not?
And what I've told Samantha is that just track how things are going through the day. What was a good point? What was a low point? Be willing to talk about that when we meet next.
Right. Well, and Samantha, she just, I keep trying to tell her what to say to Lauren, keep trying to push her towards it.
Yeah.
And she's ready inside, but not on the surface.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. You might need to push her a little bit, push her to talk to Lauren a little bit, because she's ready to, she's just scared and she won't listen to me. So I keep trying to convince her to just to do it, just to get out there and do it. Because here's the thing. I mean, at the very end of the day, if Lauren hates her, she hates her, and that's not going to change. And I think one way or another, as much as that would hurt for her, she'd feel better about it at the end.
Okay. You know what I like to do, and I want you to think about it. I don't think I'd like to have a couple of sessions just meeting with you by yourself. Would that be okay? And just you can negotiate with Samantha, but I think I'd like to have just let it be you and I. Just talk, and you can kind of give me some insight. You probably know Samantha better than I do, so maybe you can give me some guidance of what could be best for her. Would you be willing to do that?
For sure. Oh my goodness. Because maybe then you can, I don't know, just convince her of everything I keep trying to. And maybe she just needs to hear it from someone else. Okay. So yes.
All right.
I'll do that.
That's a deal.